Hello, all, very warm welcome. Today we are looking at another lead code question, which is max number of k-sum pairs. This is a medium-based question in lead code that is also being asked in January 3rd week of 2021. Now, what the question says: we are given an integer array nums and an integer k. In one operation, we can pick two numbers from the array whose sum is equals to k and remove them from the array. What we have to do is return the maximum number of operations you can perform on the array. So if we understand correctly, we are given a value k, and what we have to see is, do I have a pair in array nums whose sum is equal to k, right? If I have, then remove it from the array and count how many such pairs exist. Let's look at some examples. So we are given, say, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we are given a value of k. So I have two pairs. I have 1, 4 and 2, 3. And hence the answer is 2. And if I look at this one, so I have a value 6, but I have only one pair, because once I take 3 and 3, then there's only 1 3, or say 1 4. I don't have any subsequent pair associated to it. So the moment I think about it, the very first thing which comes to my mind is dictionary, hash map, because in a way it does give me few hints, right? It gives me that, okay, I have a pair, right? So if I have a number, I need to look for another number which is equal to k minus n, whatever the number I took, right? And I need to kind of look for that number in the array. So hence that is the first thing which is hitting me right now. uh, let's try to find this approach and see, okay, if this is giving us the best performance, or there's any alternative associated to it. So first, as we said, let's create one dictionary. Dt is equal to new dictionary int comma int, and then have a value which will be your sum of how many values I'm going to get as pairs. What I'm going to do is, right, I'm going to iterate through this nums array, and I'll try to add the values into this dictionary. So this is what I'm thinking right now. Okay, so say, let's take this example, right? I had, say I had a value 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4, right? What I'm looking for is a sum which is equal to 5. So what I'm going to add, right, I'm going to create a dictionary which will create the value and its number of occurrences, right? So if I'm using a pair, right, so in the first go, right, so how it will behave, right? I'll have my dictionary which will have, say, 1, and the value will be 1 because I don't have any other occurrences. I have 2, which is value again 1. I have 3, which is again value 1, because it has only, there is only 1 3. Now once I'm coming at 3, right, this is what I'm trying to look for. If I'm having a 1, then I'll see, do I have a 4, because that is the remaining number which will add up to 5. I don't have it, so no actions there. I'll just keep on, just added it to the sum, and we'll move on. Here I'll see, okay, do I have a 3? I don't have it at the moment. Do I have a 2? Yes, I have it. What I'll do is I'll reduce the count of 2 in dictionary, right? So in the next go, I will, if, say, for that matter, I had another 3, right, I will not have another 2 whose count is greater than 0. So that will not be counted as a pair. So that's the intention which I'm looking at right now. Just maintain the sum of the count of occurrences of a given variable and just manipulate on top of it. So what is my residual right now? So uh, once I have the value num, the remaining part is k, because that's what I'm looking for. Do I have a 4 or do I have a 3? Do I have a 2? Right? What I'm going to say is, okay, if my dictionary contains this residual, whatever the value is, and its value, right, is greater than 0, then that means there is a pair, one which is of num, one which is of this one, right? What I'll say is, okay, my whatever my sum will be, that will be plus plus, and I just reduce this occurrence by 1. I'll reduce this occurrence by 1 as we stated earlier. Else, what I'll say is, I'll say, okay, if my current dictionary contains the num variable, if it contains the key num variable, for example, I missed that, contains the num variable, I'll say, okay, reduce that as well. Sorry, add it to the uh, occurrences list, add a number to it, or else just add num dt dot add num comma 1. This is my first occurrence, right? It's as simple as that. So once I have a residual say coming in, so for first time I'll get at 1. Okay, I don't have any occurrence, it will get added, here. I'll have a 2, it will get added here, right? Then I got a 3. The moment I look for 3, okay, I have a 2 which is in my array. I'll reduce the count of it and add a sum to it. Then next time I'll get another, next time I'll get 4. Okay, I have a value which is 1. I'll add a sum to it. I'll reduce the occurrence of 4 to it. This is this is how it is going to work out. At the end of the day, I'll just return this sum. So let's comment this just to ensure. Let's see if this is working for me. So I removed all the commented section and hence I'm getting expected results. Let's try to submit it. So the if you see time series complexity to it, right? The complexity of this is O of n, because I'm going to iterate through all the numbers in the array and then I'm going to work on top of it. Now let's see if we have another approach to it, right? And we can take this back and if that is of a better time space complexity or not. The other approach which I can think of right now is, okay, I can sort this nums and I can have like a 2-pointer approach where I always take my minimum value say as index 1 and the maximum value is index n, and then I try to move both the indexes towards each other. So say I sorted this value, then it becomes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I have an I which will move from 0 to 3 index, and I'll have a j which will move from 3 to 0 index. And I'll see, okay, do my this plus this is the 0 and 3 I, E and j sum is equal to a given k or not. If not, if it is greater, then increase I. If it is less, then increase j, and then and so run the find the number of summations. But the problem is that, right, we need to do a sorting, and that will be n log of n complexity. So this is the best approach I'm thinking of right now. If you have any other approaches and solutions, please feel free to comment in the like section, because we are going to grow together in this. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. I hope you liked the explanation. Please go ahead and like and subscribe in case you did. Thank you. Thanks a lot.